If you're a fan of scary stories, today's video is for you, because I am going to be doing a Halloween mask review of a new release from Trick or Treat Studios, and that is of The Pale Lady, from 2019's adaptation of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. First, to the sculptor. This is done by a sculptor named Megan Manning, and she had worked on Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, along with many other Guillermo del Toro movies, including The Shape of Water, which I am a big fan of. Now, I am not 100% sure if this is cast from the movie mold. Trick or Treat Studios does not mention that on their website, but considering she did the sculpt for this mask and worked on the movie, I'm going to guess it was either taken from her original sculpture or she had used her original sculpture as a reference to create the sculpture for this mask. And either way, just by looking at it, you can tell that it looks like it came right off the screen. Getting closer to the mask, there is a ton of hair put on this thing in multiple layers. It's not rooted hair, it is glued in right at the top and down the sides, but there is a ton of hair on this thing. When you're looking at the skin, you can see all of the pock marks and the pores showing through with some nice detailed shading in there. Moving down to the eyes, they actually have eyelashes on the top of them. Those are things that could have just easily been painted on, but they put on actual eyelashes. And the eyes on the inside are covered with a little bit of black mesh, so it does make it a little bit hard to see through when you're wearing the mask, considering how widely spaced the eyes are. But it was one of those things where it was going to be functionality versus a good sculpt, and they decided to go with preserving that good sculpt, which I'm happy they did. Moving down to the nose, you have a little bit of shading around the tip of the nose that branches off into all these broken capillary veins branching towards the brows and the eyes. And then you've got the creepy wide mouth that stretches all the way across the head with the little pursed lips and all the lines coming off. And once again, great pock marks and shading. Down to the chin, you've got multiple chins all scrunched in down there with little warts and whatnot. And once again, more veins popping, and it looks great, honestly. Even on the sides, under the hair, which you're not even really going to see, the ears are sculpted in there. It's a great thing that she did. You know, that didn't need to be part of the mask, but that was included in there. Once again, great detail work. I have got to say, I am 100% satisfied that I pre-ordered this mask. Surprisingly, I did not get it from Trick or Treat Studios. A place called Lord Grimley's Manor was doing a Memorial Day special. I believe it was 10% off and free shipping over any order over $30. So I pre-ordered it there, got my little 10% off, and shipped to my house. It was just $51. So that is a great deal. This mask for $51, I mean, you can't really get better than that. Not to mention, the pole is really thick and sturdy, so you are really getting a bang for your buck with this release. Now, the mask is not 100% perfect. I know Trick or Treat Studios, they can be hit or miss sometimes, and definitely, for me, this is one of their masks that hits, but it could have hit just a smidge harder. The only thing I would have personally liked to see improved on the mask was the finish. For some reason, they went with a glossy paint job instead of a matte paint job. And if you're familiar with the Wraith mask that they released a few years ago, it had a matte paint job to make it look like old skin. And that would have made this mask excel even further than it already is. Because right now, it has a little bit of a faux look to it. If they had that matte paint job, it would have made it look even more realistic than it already is, and it would have been a perfect 5 out of 5 star release. But considering it is not perfect, but near perfect, I'm going to have to give this release from Trick or Treat Studios a solid 4.5 out of 5. And I highly recommend this mask, whether you're going to be dressing up as the Pale Lady for your home haunt, or if you're just a mask collector and want to display this on your shelf. Either way, it is a beautiful representation of the Pale Lady from last year's Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. So that is going to wrap up my Halloween mask review for today. I hope you all enjoyed watching it. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe, leave me a like, and set up your notifications so you know when new videos like this are about to be released. And everybody, I hope you have a good day.